capture orders. The wizard is a lunatic who already murdered one of his close companions out of sheer paranoia. It is likely none will believe his tales of the tadpoles, no matter what truth he saw. But end him all the same. Orin will brook no failure when we are so close. Even so lost a soul will make a fine offering to our Lord. Well, you failed at that. And I ended up killing him instead because he was just too crazy to trust down here when there's a bunch of refugees trying to hide in these sewers. And it looks like to open this, we need to find Saren's missing skull. Well, that's interesting. And we've got this drunk passed out over here. Empty potions of sleep. A lot of them. Let's read this quick. We tracked the last group of refugees your husband was known to be traveling with. Sorry to tell you that they seem to have crossed paths with the Absolute's forces. There's been no record of them since. Don't waste yourself on grieving. You fled Elturel to find a better life for you both. It's still yours for the taking. The guild always needs knife hands, and you won't ever go hungry in my employ. I've included a small pouch, enough to buy a small funeral and close that chapter of your life. Or a short binge before you need to go looking for work again. The choice is yours. It looks like what he did with it was buy a ton of potions of sleep and knock himself out for a good long time. And he drank so many of them that he's never going to wake up. Oh. Well, I think this kobold thief over here probably has the key to these. Or they might have gotten blown up looking for it. Map of the sewers. Filthy, tattered map of the sewers, realized in uneven, scraggly lines, an area marked with an X next to this. It says Bug Thimble, Dragon Tribe Treasure. And we failed to perceive a trap on this one, too. It was just another weak-ass force blast.
Flick of the wrist.
And very easy to open, which means it's not going to have anything of value in it. Scrawled note. What are you looking for, suck thumb? Wow. Okay, so there's going to be multiple chests around here that are just meant to insult whoever opens them, because there ain't shit. Nice try, Jacknape. Okay. Keep looking, Kank. Going real well for you, isn't it? Ah, this one's marked with the crest of the dragon. More likely to be what we're looking for, and a much higher roll to disarm. And it's still just a force blast. Oh, but it has to be disarmed. Well, shit. But I can try as many times as I like without having to... Okay, got a crit success on that one. And it also takes 20 to unlock. Oh, I've got more thieves' tools. Damn it. Okay, I'll use one inspiration point. Nope. That didn't work. Fuck. Looks like I can. Gold necklace, silver goblet. That's not much treasure, actually. Unless that was a hell of a lot of gold. It was enough gold to over-encumber me, so... Abandoned Cistern. Another difficulty class 20 to unlock. It's looking more and more like I need a Asterion here. Okay, I've got to level him up quick. There we go. That was a low roll for him and still got it.
Disaster.
Still so much of this place I haven't searched.
Learning to enjoy the taste of
Pick
chaos.
this open.
Help me in.
By the glory of Mother Gith, tell me you've taken the Orphic Hammer.
Oh. You've been hiding down here. What are you doing here, boss?
Ah, you finally come. Have you retrieved the Orphic Hammer? Will our prince's chains finally be broken?
Haven't just yet.
Then I will wait here until you have. The chains that bind Orpheus also bind the whole of the Githyanki people.
Where's the rest of your soldiers?
The remaining honor guard serve as my eyes and ears. Vlaakith's forces hunt you and the prism. My allies have slayed more than you know, so that you might travel freely.
Thank you, although a huge force got by recently.
You've proven more than capable of bleeding them yourself.
True. Okay, Undercity Ruins. Yeah. Potion of Animal Speaking, so I can talk to this rat.
We watch, we wait.
Oh.
We watch, we wait.
This rat is a warning system. And it looks like we have a waypoint here. We found the lower city. Or the Undercity. And we have a portal that we can now take straight to it. Now I can backtrack and finish exploring the sewers.
Just as I was getting bored, our Lord sends us a little diversion.
Oh, great. More Orin's people. Aura of murder. Great. Really? Oh, great. Turn invisible. And murder of crows. Great. Nope, I've got a good spell to deal with all those crows. And you assholes at the same time. Oh, great. Now he's blinded. Fucking eye peckers. And both our casters are blinded. Well, I don't need to be able to see to cast this properly. Oh, and crit by the fucking birds, of course. I think it's time for his newest spell. Chain Lightning. Quite effective. And the invisible one's on the move. And now throwing shit. And invisible again. Counterspell. Fuck you. Miss me, bitch. Your knife throwing skills ain't shit. And let's trip you up. And stab while you're prone. Counterspell. Fuck you. And then I'm gonna just thunder wave the dumbass in front of me. But that'll hit my allies too. Alright, how about a Burning Hands then? And the poison on that Divine Strike finished it. And triple Eldritch Blast. Stab and a bite. Another counterspell, because I'm not letting you do shit. And finished. Now, what were they guarding over here? Note for sanitation workers. Probably want to open the sluice gate so you can get into the cistern and muck it out. To do that, you need to manipulate the valves to get the water level and heat level to their optimal levels at the same time. Don't get scalded. Ah! Temperature valve's overheated. Gotta leave that be for a bit. Okay, I got them to line up. Got that opened. Now what is gonna be in there? This is looking...
See what this does.
Oh boy. And now we are surrounded by ballasts. Well, got advantage on our opening move. Ah, he's casting slow. Damn it, I can't let him use that. Pretty much out of spell slots now, though. But with this wall of fire, I can do a lot.
Still on my feet.
There we go.
What path lies
That
before
got
me?
them all. Good damage. I just start shooting them all down as fast as I can. And a Guardian of Faith right there. Okay, back on this end of the sewer. Still a whole bunch of shit we haven't explored yet. The map suggests that this wall should have a way through it. But I'm not seeing any switch to activate that. Alright, let's try whatever's down this way. Oh, really? Left Asterion behind? Go back for him quick. Okay, now everyone's on.
Let's.
Seems there's a woman here.
Looking perfect as always, I assume.
Bunch of smashed mirrors. Looks like vampiric territory to me. Lorna Estelian. Let's talk to her for a minute.
A friendly face at last. Are you going to the party as well?
Yeah, which party is that? I get too
I
many
don't know if I should
invitations.
say. It's very exclusive. Oh, go on then, I'll tell you. It's an underground party at a place called the Palace. My date's supposed to meet me here, but there's no sign of him. You haven't seen him, have you? Pale, skinny, extremely piercing eyes. Looks a bit like you, actually. It's funny. He was ever so keen for me to come. He didn't seem the type to cancel.
What type did he seem?
Normal. Mostly. Didn't have much of an appetite at dinner, though he said he was saving himself for tonight. He was so enthusiastic. I don't understand why he hasn't shown up.
Anything else unique about
Now you
them?
mention it, he brought his own wine with him to the Mermaid last night. Strange smell it had. Kind of metallic. You know what? I might give this party a miss. Plenty more fish in the Chionthar, as they say. If you see him, don't tell him I was here.
Okay, so
Just
you can
tell
be
him
found at the Mermaid.
I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. I'm sure he'll understand.
Pretty sure the Mermaid was the bar that I was going to be headed to on the docks as well. This looks like it's supposed to be a door to something in the Undercity. Not getting any perception checks for finding a way into it. But That vampire that asked her to meet him here probably knows something. If we can just go find him at the Mermaid. Ah, really? All that's left down here really is the Undercity. So I may as well go back to the surface. I'm not ready to do the Undercity just yet. Although maybe I should, because I do need Lae'zel back on the party. But she will have her experience catch up with us. And I have a lot of stuff I need to sell.
You never felt the call of the divine, Starry?
Oh, I tried them all. None of them answered.
That's fair.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
The gods can be very,
Mistress like
picky.
this. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
The Soul Forger. Dwarven myths are so engaging because the skeleton of their story is tied to the craft of a modern era. The bones are made of steel, iron, nickel, copper, and a whole host of metal alloys, and superheated and fused together at the joints of legend. Moradin, Soul Forger, Allfather, is said to have carved the dwarven species from the very core of the planet, Ebir Toril. By retelling this story, dwarves link themselves to the craft of blacksmithing. They have in one fell swoop tapped an ore vein of metaphor and discovered a seam of cultural import. For dwarves are born so industrious, dwarves are not born so industrious, so stone-worthy, so clever at geology. Rather, unlike the growth of long bushy beards, it is a learned behavior. Learned by an entire culture built around it. In this text you come across the bold-necked, hard-spined doctrines of the God-Helm as transcribed and interpreted by the paladin called Thou Shalt Not Suffer the Doom of Herring to Live Almighty. He chose that name after being convinced that the Xanthar organization was not led by a many-eyed beholder monster, but something called a Doom Herring. The doctrines are the usual religious fare, only mildly distinguished by Helm's focus on provision of protection to those who need it, forming a shield of steel as well as sympathy for the meek and downtrodden. Well, he was crazy, but at least he had good intentions. Charter of Tabernacle donations. Let's see, donated to the Helm. 50,000 GP, 9 cattle flock, a selection of precious gemstones, 16 severed eyes. Please no offerings of viscera are highly discouraged on Tabernacle premises. But, of course, it's given anyway because he killed a fucking beholder. Saloon. Helm's the enemy of beholders. Saloon, 47,000 GP, a shipment of magic lamps, 3 parlor mirrors, alabaster, raw iron, and silver, more candles than we've been able to count. Newly commissioned statue of bountiful Timora. Well, that's nice. It's nice to see that there's flexible, non-denominational churches here.
Saloon. Had life turned out differently, I might have been kneeling in prayer here.
You could still, you know, Shadowheart. Origins of Mystra. To know of Mystra, the goddess of magic, we must first consider her earlier incarnations, beginning with Mistral. The Lady of Mysteries was said to have come into existence during conflict between the goddesses Shar and Saloon. In their efforts to best one another, the twin sisters of darkness and light inadvertently forged a portion of their opposing energies into a new being of pure magic, Mistral. As an embodiment of magic, Mistral laid claim to unparalleled control over the weave, the very fabric by which magic could be channeled and harnessed, for it was but an extension of her being. For her, to use magic was as natural as it would be for another to draw breath or curl a finger. It was in negative 339 DR that Mistral gave way to Mystra, when the former had her powers seized by Karsus, a Netherese lord and perhaps the most powerful and ambitious wizard to have ever lived. Yet Mistral sought to deny him his ill-gotten prize, sacrificing herself so that for a moment the weave faltered. and all magic briefly ceased. Karsa's folly brought about the destruction of Netheril and the end of his ambition. Yet the weave would not go unattended for long. Within moments, the goddess of magic was reborn as Mystra.
Mystra's idol stands before you as silent as the goddess herself. You're not sure what you expected. After all, she's not deigned to speak with you for some time. If your refusal to detonate the orb did not get her attention, perhaps pursuing the crown will. But until then, it seems you are on your own.
Seems so. Shadowheart, how about you and Saloon?
You feel the chill gaze of the Moon Maiden upon you. Seluna welcomes you. An inscription reads, "Let all who worship the changing tides of life and knowledge feel the blessings of Seluna. Trust in the purity of my light. See the constancy in its inconstancy, and you will be guided aright." As a moon-bathed cleric, this is your moment to bask in her lunar light and imbue your spirit with her majesty and grace.
Make an offering. What can I offer? I'll donate more later when I have more to donate. Now, what's with the vicar here?
You were bathed in the cool gleam of moonlight. You must be a follower of Seluna. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day?
Yeah, this place seems particularly blessed. Why is that?
That is no surprise, Holy One. You have entered the Stormshore Tabernacle. Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls.
Oh, that's nice. How exactly could you see her alignment so easily?
My purpose is to connect every soul with their divine patron. How could I do that if I couldn't distinguish what deities they serve?
That's fair.
Of course,
Anything we
my
can buy
child.
here?
Within limits. Behold my wares.
Alright, well. It looks like he doesn't have any gold for me to sell him anything, though. Because all of it goes into the church, I guess. Reviving Hands. Very rare. Aegis Palms. When you heal a creature, it gains the effect of Blade Ward. When you revive a creature, it gains the effect of Death Ward. Oh, that is incredibly useful. Mantle of the Holy Warrior, Crusader's Mantle Evocation. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. Gotta see what exactly Crusader's Mantle does. Radiate a holy power that emboldens nearby allies. Their weapon attacks deal an additional 1 to 4 radiant damage. That's pretty good. And then the Sacred Star. On hit, inflict 1 turn of radiating orb. Undead creatures struck by this weapon are possibly turned. It's good, but she's got better than all of this. I mean, the Gloves of Belligerent Skies may be only uncommon, but it works all too well. I definitely don't have the money to get the Reviving Hands right now anyway. Can't really do much with this guy right now. Well, deeper into the streets then. Put Asterion up front. He knows these streets best. Stelmane Murder tip. Read that quick. Got a hot tip to sell on the Stelmane Murder, but you got to come across with the gold or it's a no-go. I'll give you an idea to show you it's worth it. When it happened, I was in Elfsong, sleeping right in the next room. And alright, I admit I heard nothing and slept through the whole thing, but in the morning I got a glance into Stelmane's gory room, and oh, the things I could tell you. Anyway, meet me tonight in the Elfsong Terrace. I'll be the one with a purple feather in her cap, and bring a stack of shiny for my lips stay sealed. Okay. That's a good lead. Baldur's Mouth Gazette, so this is the newspaper's headquarters.
Well, well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story.
Really? It seems odd that you've written an article before asking me anything.
Estra deals with the personal interviews and fluff pieces. I deal with the truth. And the truth is, you're a damned menace.
What?
I've never heard so much violence against innocent circus freaks before.
Wait, what?
The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the fists do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over.
I think you've misheard. Who the fuck told you this?
I would never reveal my sources, and certainly not to the likes of you. Besides, you're too late.
What?
The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
Uh-huh. Yeah, since the guards are the Steel Watch, I would not have stood a chance there. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna have to find a way to sneak down there and deal with that, because that is no fucking good. Looks like there's a backdoor balcony there we can use.
God's damned hypocrites.
What?
The blade of frontiers, all pomp and empty oaths. The Sword Coast's most dashing fraud.
Floric, what the fuck are you talking about?
A fool for trusting him, or a wretch for conspiring with him. Doesn't matter which. Lady Mizora told me everything. How Will slaughtered his own father. How he craves his power. How
What?
he means to make the city bow to him and him alone. This city holds
You
no
couldn't
place
be more
for
wrong.
or for Ravengard's treacherous spawn.
Yeah, persuasion seems like my best route here. Let's get guidance and friends in here. Please give me a good roll. Yes!
At ease. By the living gods, I believe you.
Good.
What darkness has fallen upon us? There's something you must know. I should have told Will sooner, but I'd hoped somehow Ravengard would return to us. He knew about the Absolute. I thought little of it at first, but he realized the danger before anyone else did. He understood that if the cult were successful in raising an army, Baldur's Gate would be doomed.
Indeed.
Before the Absolutists subducted him, he told me that should he fall, I should seek Will out and give him a message.
Okay.
Will was schooled in the ways of the great champions. He is to use those lessons to wake the worm sleeping beneath Baldur's Gate. The worm is oath-bound to answer the call and come to the city's aid.
Oh. So there really is a dragon down there. Those legends are true.
A bronze dragon, yes.
Bronze,
He sits
good.
beneath us even now, awaiting a hero to rouse him.
A heroic
worm
lightning
goes
dragon.
by many names. Ansur, the waiting storm, the heart of the gate. He promised Balduran he'd protect the city if ever its existence was threatened. But just the once. The city has faced countless threats. But Ravengard knew it could not survive the absolute slaughter. With him gone and the city near ruin, the worm's awakening now falls to you and Will. The Duke gave
All right,
me
then.
this. The legend of Unsur. An ancient epic, ill-remembered, dismissed as a mere tale. Let it set the path before you. Or do not, and see Baldur's Gate burn to ash.
Alright, I'll make sure Will hears it.
Thank you.
We'll take every bit of help we can get.
Darkness. I see your light. I should go. I know of still others that might help us when the battle horns call.
Good.
Unleash the worm. Let its tempest swallow the Absolute and its allies. And may they be driven forever from the coast.
From this entire reality, if we can do anything about it.